Guyana. This is my friend here on the right, Antonio of Antonio Tours. I'm sure most of Guyana know about you by now. There's a post from Lake Mainstay Resort saying it was a pleasure to meet Antonio. His bus staff service is outstanding and can bring guests from all parts of the country. Now when you click here on the little hashtag for Antonio Tours, you can see where this man problem begins, because I guided you to where the problem there. So there's Antonio taking praise for bus service, but also on here you can see Antonio saying, but the PPP taking all the oil money and enriching himself. As a citizen, he has a right to his own opinions, and he's a very vocal man. He has expressed himself. The man has expressed himself on a number of occasions. In response to that, the PPP then sent their lead troll and top dog, Sheriff, man of shovel, to defame him, right? So next thing we see, they took his license to transport citrus. He was bringing citrus across the border, and it seems they were trying to do everything to shut down Antonio business, but they took a new turn today, because this pop up from the Ministry of Home Affairs. So I reading through it, and let me say Antonio is representative of the small man. All the people that have been plying a trade, trying to do little tourism business and stuff, people that invested in money already. And this is why I can't take with this government. This wait till people spend their money good, and then come and give you all these other requirements. So here, this one here, they ain't come for say we come for shut down Antonio bus service and all these small man bus service and make it so expensive that only friends and family that get billions of dollars in contracts can participate, and therefore take this route away. All the people have been struggling on the dusty road and in the mud and things all them years. Now they get a new road, they get a new style that it seemed only they could benefit. So here it, transportation of passengers, public advisory. Transportation of passengers under the Guyana-Brazil International Road Transport Agreement. The public is hereby advised that pursuant to the Guyana-Brazil International Road Transport Agreement, there are now 3 established international bus service routes for transporting passengers between Brazil and Guyana. The routes are fixed and they shall not be changed. So there's Route 1, Letem, Guyana to Boa Vista, Brazil return, which will operate twice daily. Letem, Guyana to Manaus, Brazil return, which will operate once daily. And Route 3, Georgetown, is Guyana to Boa Vista, Brazil return, which will operate once daily. Requirements of the buses, here's the thing: the buses will be allowed to apply the above international routes shall not be older than 8 years from the date of manufacture, okay, and must also possess the following: air conditioning, okay, a seating capacity of no less than 32, okay, seat belts to the driver and all passengers, okay, washroom facilities to enable the transport of physically challenged persons, okay, that's fair. A tachograph, a device fitted to a vehicle that automatically records its speed and distance, and the buses shall undergo technical inspections by the Ministry of Public Works, upon which certificates of vehicular inspection will be issued annually. And then you got registration as a transporting firm, so you got register, and you need TIN number, certificate of motor vehicle registration, license, fitness, road service, all the things. Internationally valid third-party insurance policy certificate, company registration, public proxy instrument, granting a legal representative in Brazil full powers to represent the firm and all legal and administrative acts. The text must be in English and Portuguese. Only the buses registered will be issued with the permission to ply the routes. So it goes on here, and you guys can read it on the Ministry of Home Affairs page. But what I want to tell you about this, right, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what I want to tell you about this is not only are they funneling you through the ministry, but you see, these guys have not geared the local transportation industry to even comply with these requirements. There's no requirement in the nation currently that your bus needs to have a washroom facility. So you clearly have to go and buy a brand new bus, because it's never been a requirement. When does Public Works ever inspect any of the buses locally? And this is one instance of putting the cart before the horse, because they've not even set up the system in Guyana to be this responsive. And now they're asking people to comply with it. People go to Suriname all the time. I don't see them implementing this requirement, and I don't see them saying that Public Works is going to inspect the bus or they need washroom facilities. People go to Linden on buses all the time. I mean, as a matter of fact, you'd want to believe that the local buses have zero requirements. So I feel sorry for people like Antonio. And what do you guys think? Come tell me in the comments what your thoughts are, because this is wild. You know, it's good to have service standards implemented, but the way in which this is done and the nature of what they're requesting is alarming, given that people have already gone and invested a lot of money and are already plying these routes. So there's no financing option to tell people that if you're an existing tour operator and you need to migrate to the new system, the government will help you. So this seems like a clear-cut case where they're clearing the floor of any competitors, and you will see the rich businessmen are going to enter this space. Because, I mean, when you get in billions of dollars in contracts as a friends and family, you could buy the bus, you could buy the road, you buy the tire, and you even buy the people sometimes. Anyhow, I couldn't miss including this one. You know, this is the PPP them by Greaves. This is the man where they used to kick out the indigenous people from the bus and let them during elections period. And in elections year, in the run-up, you know, because they needed to transport a lot of people up to let them, of course. But I don't know, this man suddenly he had the investment and everything for get a bus with the washroom and the same facilities that now the Home Affairs basically saying this. They might as well come out and say this is the only bus, or these the only people could come and use the route, you know, without saying it. And was he being rewarded for? Because unlike Big J bus service, who is also offer to traverse the route, he's also offer trips to Brazil, but he ain't got washroom and thing, and he bus, for instance, when we look at he bus down here, like he bus is not, it's not up top enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like they clear the floor. So it's what Greaves could do for them. Well, just a few months after getting the big bus, me making no allegation here. This is just a thought experiment and not public mischief. I just find a lot of things very interesting. But a few months after getting the big bus, and I mean, not only was the government ferrying a mad amount of people from Jackson, but they was also bringing people from Brazil and reportedly, allegedly, to vote. So, I mean, I don't know. They had a lot of big buses, just like Greaves own. So I'm not saying that he was bringing people from Brazil. I just said it seems they're clearing the corridors. Because look, in August, this here is documented. They were under fire after abandoning indigenous passengers, including women and children, on a desolate stretch of the Rupununi savannah. And what happened next? Well, according to the laws now, even, you know, to go up to the border to take care, if you want to go and hand over, you still wanted to run your small bus service and you want to go to the border and hand over to some Brazilian counterpart, whatever. No, you need 32 buses. You need a washroom. You need a bus exactly like the man will kick people, indigenous people, off his bus into the dead of the savannah. You need a bus exactly like he owned before you could ply the trade. So if any of y'all thought you would boycott the business because he kicking women and children out into the middle of savannah, well, no, the government create a way that it look like you basically have to use him or walk.